Hey, my lovely Willow Vibes tribe members. I'm Jessica from Willow Vibes Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stick around. Hope you do stay. I'd love it if you would. Today is Saturday, April 22nd, 2023. I wonder if that's why I almost said 2022 yesterday, because today's the 22nd. Anyways, that didn't matter. Thank you for your love, your support, sticking around, and all that happy stuff. It means the world to me. It really does. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. And the confirmations you've been sending in your paranormal stories and stuff, especially under the Darkness Falls reading with like the black-eyed thumbnail. They're really fun to read. I love stuff like that. And I knew that I was sharing that story for a reason. I just knew it. Because that's what happens a lot of times when I share things about myself or, what's happened to me or what's going on. Like I've said many, many times, is to help you guys. And a lot of different people can relate to situations like that. And it can help explain a few things too, depending on what happened, So anyways, I don't know. I sat down and I heard, get rid of it. Get rid of that. So there's someone that wants to get rid of something, or they're cleaning the house, they need to get rid of something. Get rid of that. Whatever that means to you. But it was weird because I always put a stone in my bra, whether it's clear quartz crystal, selenite. Right now I've got the labradorite. But anyways, what I was drawing, holding both of those. That gave me like a chest pain. Because I wasn't feeling that way a second ago. I got so many things, like so many thoughts, and so much just flowing through my mind right this second. So what I was gonna say is on the reading I did, I was wearing like a camo sweatshirt and stuff. It was on 4/20, April 20th, just a few days ago. I got like one pain right here, and it felt like someone poking me, like, listen. And my son gets that pain, like I said, but it's common because it's a muscle and whatever, or if you get poked or you run into something, that's what it felt like, because it wasn't really painful. It was just like, I noticed it, you know what I mean? I had this in my bra in that same spot, and that's where the labradorite is now, because that's where I always put the stones. Sometimes I slide around, just saying, but sometimes I'll put my key to my car in there too, like especially in the summertime if I'm walking, I don't want to carry anything with me. But I don't know, it's almost like, I don't know if this is like connecting a dot, but I do get different energies with different stones and crystals and stuff for different people, but it's not always just different people. It's just like sometimes these people have nothing to do with me. Like I don't know them personally. Like I don't know a lot of you personally. I know some of you, but it's like a sign that the energies are coming through. That's where they're coming through, basically. And the weird thing is, what the fuck? I just heard you're crazy. Someone could have thought you were crazy or called you crazy, or that's just how they feel, whether you're aware of it or not. Okay, hold on. Oh, my ear's ringing like a mofo. That felt like a muffled thing. So maybe somebody's laying down in bed, covering one ear, listening, but because that almost felt like the sound just kind of went away. So I could only hear with one ear, one side. Don't you do that when you're listening through a wall? You cover the other ear so you can hear. Somebody could be doing that. They could be intently listening to someone, spying on them even. But anyways, this one I had given to my kid's father a while ago, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago or more. I didn't give it to him. I just told him to utilize it, to use it, because he was talking about shadow people, and he was getting a little nervous about, he said he was nervous about some spiritual energy in his room. And I was like, well, here, just take this down there. And because that's what I felt, that's what I heard, like, oh, this is for protection. That's what I heard. So I was like, okay, well, this will protect you. Maybe it will clear, create a barrier of some kind because it was mine. And I've done that with a friend of mine before, where I gave him a crystal because of some energies going around, and I was like, if anything happens, it's for protection. But what I didn't realize is that was me sending them protection for one, but it's also protection for me as well, because it's kind of like a revolving door. So it's like if I gift you something like that, it's not so I can spy on you or anything like that. It's like that doesn't, whatever information I get on another person is spirit just gives it to me. It does not matter what you have, what I hold, if I'm supposed to know or you're supposed to know, so I deliver it to you, it's just gonna come out. I don't need any stones for that. It's just sometimes it makes the messages clearer, or I can pick up on certain people when I touch objects because of psychometry. But I had this one in my bra yesterday when I felt that pain, and I kept saying, like, listen. So someone tied to this really needs to listen. And I've said that to him before because his grandparents have come through. But anyways, the reason why I have it back is because the dog went in there and took it from him, and I found like he was chewing on it, so I had to take it back. Which actually the dog found another one of my crystals, which I don't know where this one went. I don't know why it was even out of my room in the first place. And my daughter's boyfriend found it on the kitchen floor because he kicked it by accident, and a part of it, a chunk is broken off where the dog probably got it. But they don't come in my room, and they definitely don't climb up on my shelves and stuff in here, so I have no clue how the hell the dog got this one. Oh, there's an orb. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, so listen, pay attention, really listen. I don't know, because I get chest pains with this for some reason. And I'm not saying that that's what's going on with him. Could be somebody tied to him as well. Pay attention, really listen, no matter what the message is, because he knows. He already knows. You know when you know. He already knows. So I know he's going to see this. That's why it's coming up. I just know it. Listen, because it hurts. I don't know, it hurts. There's a few people who have the chest pain thing going on. I'm just saying, and they're men. One could be stress related with like blood pressure and stuff. And then there's like a health issue plus bad, like unhealthy lifestyle type issue with another man. And these are the men with chest pains. And then there's just a man who has a health issue. And it's also kind of unhealthy lifestyle. When I say unhealthy lifestyle, it's poor eating habits, maybe drinking, whether it's heavy or not, smoking, just I don't know, it's almost like all those factors, even if they don't affect, like say they don't affect person B, but they'll affect person A because person A has high blood pressure, or they have an illness or an underlying health condition that they're unaware of, or you know what I mean? There's some type of family history with hypertension and all that. I don't know, because there's like two older men who kind of, when they get those chest pains and problems, it's for similar reasons, but their health, the underlying health issue is different for both of them. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, and then there's someone who's like, it's high levels of stress and unhealthy lifestyle, because there's no heart issue with the other one. With this other man, it's like there's no problems with his heart, there's no vascular issues, there's nothing like that. It's just hypertension and stress and shitty lifestyle, like bad habits, like eating crappy, drinking, all that crap, whatever. Really listen. Okay, I'm gonna put this one down because I don't want to keep talking about that. But someone has something to say, like they're like hear he. I don't know, like pay attention. Spirits talking, they really are, but I don't know, does somebody have it's like I'm trying to clear my throat chakra so I could say something, so someone could be working on that, but this is spirit communication. right this second. That's why it's happening to me. Someone could have like a raspy voice, or they have there's something right here to do with someone, and it might affect the way that they speak, because I feel like, oh, I got a ball in my throat. I feel like I have a ball in my throat. I don't know if it affects their speech, but it's like, it might make it hard to swallow. I don't know, there's a feeling of that. So it could be something swelling up in there. Because that's what it kind of feels like. I feel like I got something in my throat. Like, and it's not choking or anything. It's not like, oh, I got a piece of food and it went down the wrong pipe. This feels like either an allergic reaction or whatever it could be. I don't know. That's what it feels like to me. But it's not constant. So anyways, someone's dealing with that. So yeah, I was reminded when I put that in here. I also heard your boob saved you. Maybe my boob saved me, so that, or other people, because I pick up on stuff. But anyways, there's lots of thoughts floating around. Lots of them. Someone's got a lot on their mind. I just heard, we are so connected. We are so connected. So someone really feels that way about you, that you guys are very connected. Oh, excuse me. No, you're literally connected. You're literally connected to someone. I hate it when they slam the doors, but anyways, you're literally connected. I don't know if that's like device, like you're connected to someone's device, you share a cloud or something. No, we're literally connected. Could be a parent-child thing too. It feels like DNA. By DNA, you're literally connected to someone through your DNA. So it's either family or it could be past life thing as well. Literally connected. Huh. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. Yeah, so changes in life can really hurt. And there's a lot of regret and shoulda, coulda, woulda energy here. Someone doesn't like change, is what I want to say. It's like, I just want to keep everything the way it is. I don't know, because this feels weird. It's almost like I really want change. I want positive change. I want my life to be this way, blah, blah, whatever. Working towards goals and stuff. But whoever this is like, yeah, I want that, but I don't want to make any drastic changes. It's like, I just like things the way they are. That's how this person is. But you must choose. It's like, do you want this life or do you want things to stay the same? And someone might actually make a choice for someone and it might upset them, depending on what this decision is. It could be, leaving someone's life, or I don't know. It's almost like, well, if you want things to stay the same and the other person doesn't, the other person might make changes to make their life different, and that effectively changes whatever's going on between the two of you. You know what I mean? It could be something like that. For some of you, I just looked at the word yes, so that could be going on. Something about too much. Too much. Too much. Something's too much for someone to handle. Too much. Okay. I heard Little Rascals yesterday too, so there could be something to do with Little Rascals, like children being a pain in someone's butt, or just, a level of immaturity. Alfalfa. I don't know. Someone might have a cowlick, their hair sticks up straight. Someone might look like alfalfa, they need a haircut or something. But isn't he in love with, is it Darlene or something? I can't remember the movie. I haven't seen that in so long. But anyways, Alfalfa loves that girl, and he's so romantic. He's always trying to sweep her off her feet, and she likes some asshole. I believe she likes one of the little punky kids until Alfalfa proves himself, and then she's like, oh, Alfalfa. So maybe somebody's trying to prove themselves to you. nice guys always finish last. What the fuck? Why don't you like me? Kind of thing. Why are you looking at that dick bag over there, or bitch, or whatever? It's like, why are you punishing yourself with these problems when, I know I wouldn't treat you that way. Someone, okay, because this doesn't necessarily just have to be a guy looking, pining over a girl or wanting a woman or whatever. It could be vice versa, because a female might be playing hard to get, whether she realizes it or not, or a guy's doing that. But I feel like someone's proven themselves. So if you got rejected, maybe by somebody who didn't really want to change their ways, or it's like, oh, everything would drastically change if you and I connected, kind of thing, because it's like it would be more stable, it would be real. Too much change. If we get involved, there's way too much change. Like, I don't know if I can handle that much change, is what that feels like. So there could be distance between you and this person, or it's just you guys' lives will look nothing like it does right now if you two connect, kind of thing. But I feel like someone is proving themselves without trying. So it's like you're proving your authenticity, your motives, you're just proving your worth just by being you and doing whatever you're doing, and this person's seeing it. I don't know, someone could be in their head about a situation. Dogs are fucking fighting down there again, I'm telling you. So there could be two friends who are argumentative, who are fighting, or two people who are just not seeing eye to eye. Because it's making me think of, I'm gonna go smack the shit out of them, I swear. I don't hit the dogs, but I'm just saying, sometimes I want to. I'm gonna put the collar back on Griffin, because he goes after Jackson's scruff, and he won't do it if the collar's on, but if it's not on, he just goes right to town. And I swear to God, I thought the kids were down there and could have handled it, but no. I'm the one that has to do fucking everything around here. Okay, which is true. I do a lot around here. I'm just saying damn near everything, because I was just thinking about how, like, before I hit record, how, I gotta clean the bathroom and I gotta finish my laundry, and I woke up before I even had coffee. I did the dishes from last night's dinner that I made, and I'm just like, there's 3 other fucking people in this house. It would be nice to have a helping hand every now and again, you know what I mean? Because now, I drive my daughter to work, and I pick her up from fucking school, and it's almost like there's no time left for me to do what I need to do for myself. Which, yes, I still get readings out, but there are so many other things I want to do for you guys, and like different styles and stuff. And I know you're doing enough, is what I just heard. You're doing enough. So I don't know. It's like I make time for me, but it almost seems like whenever I make time for myself, something comes up and the plans change. You know what I mean? So if I stay up late because I'm recording, or just because I stay up late, I'm watching a show, or I'm just whatever, and and I want to sleep in the next day, like on a weekend, like today, which actually it was yesterday, I wanted to sleep in because I was up all fucking night. Because it happens, especially with channelings and stuff. Like, I get information, and then I get, sometimes I'm wide awake all night, and then I want to sleep in. And, like, I got really upset because of the level of disrespect yesterday morning, because it was 8 o'clock, and I was like, I only had a few hours of sleep because I stayed up late. And I was like, I just want to fucking sleep. And I tiptoe around this house because I respect other people. If they're sleeping, even at weird times during the day, I will, because like during vacation, they're on April vacation shit right now, but I'm like, I respect you guys. I try not to wake you up and whatever. And when I'm sleeping, you guys start screaming and horsing around. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, is this all being done on purpose? Because sometimes it makes me wonder. Because every fucking time I want to be alone, or I need my space, or I want to rest or do something for myself, problem. And it's like, I just don't care about the problems when they come in anymore. If I'm in my little sacred bubble and I'm going, I don't want anyone around, and someone has to talk to me about it, I'd be like, nope, I'll turn them away. Even my own kids. I've done that to my daughter a few times, because she's the only one really here that comes to talk to me. But I'll be like, if it's drama related with your bullshit and I'm just in Zen mode, I'll be like, we'll talk about it later. Go. I don't want to talk about it. And it's not that I'm shutting her down and shutting her out. It's like, you need to set up those healthy barriers with other people. That is why I'm saying this, because it's not just, you know, what I go through. That's why I explain the shit I go through, because some of you deal with it too, whether you're parents or not. No matter who these people are to you, you need to make time for yourself. And it's not fucking easy to do, but it's beneficial to you, and it relieves stress, and especially if anyone has any health issues going on, just saying. But when I was bitching about, like, I do everything around here, that's something my son would say. And he wouldn't be like, he'd say it to me, but it wasn't in a way like, you need to do more, Mom. It was just him and I doing everything around here, around the house. And it was really frustrating to him. He goes, well, how come I have to take care of all the animals? How come I have to clean the floors? How come I'm doing this? And I was like, it's a lot of work, isn't it? It's a lot of work to maintain a household. And he's like, yeah. He thanked me for all that I do, because he literally was in my shoes. Like, I know how you feel, Mom. Like, it's hard for one person to do it all, especially when there's multiple people around, because, you know, if it was just me in this house, just me, no one else, taking care of the house wouldn't be hard at all, because I clean up after myself, you know, but I'm cleaning up after a bunch of other people. So I'll just clean the bathroom or clean a room, and then all of a sudden a tornado goes through the fucking thing, and I didn't do it, but I gotta clean it up again. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. So that might have been coming from my son, because he felt like, it was almost like he felt like he had more responsibilities than his sister. And he technically did, but he was doing it because he wanted to earn money and stuff like that. And I wouldn't even ask him. He'd just get up and do it. And with her at the time, I had to say it 500 fucking times, and then maybe it would get done. Now that Logan's not here right now, she's actually doing more. I still have to ask her, but it's one time, and then she'll go do it. So there's like little changes happening within that. So maybe some of you are noticing little changes, like, okay, when you finally put your foot down, you're fed up with the situation, it's like, all right, we need to make some changes whether you want them or not. Spirit might be saying that too, like, changes need to be had, even if you don't like it, even if it doesn't feel good right now. It's difficult to make these changes. It'll be better in the long run. All right, I'm done bitching. Like, that just, I hope that made sense to someone, because it's being said for a reason. Because it's like, I totally understand. It's not easy to make even little changes like that within your household, because people get accustomed to their role. And you know, I kind of got this from my mother, because my dad wanted us to do chores as a kid, but my mom was like, no, you'll be doing that for the rest of your lives when you're older. So she would do them for us a lot of the times. And I kind of did that with my kids a little too long, to the point where it was really hard to get them to be helpful. And then I'm like, all right, we're changing this. So it's almost like, because that wouldn't be, it's not a generational curse with what I just said, but it's learned behavior. You know, it's like, well, my parent or parents did this for me, so I want to do that for you, or I want to do more, you know, like, something like that. But then realizing that every child's different, every generation's different, every situation's different, and sometimes you can't do more, sometimes you can, but you should still like teach a level of responsibility and respect. It's huge, respect, within your children, and within yourself, you know, like, lead by example. So if you don't want your kid going around making fun of everyone, being a jackass, maybe don't call people jackasses. But anyways, it happens to the best of us. I'm not saying like you have to be fucking perfect, but no one is. But you know what I mean? It's almost like, if you're gonna get mad at your child for saying or doing something, maybe you should take a note, like a page out of that book, and try not to do it around them, or lead by example. And it's not just with what you say, it's actions, you know, stuff like that. Because you can teach friends and family how to act as well, just by you doing what's right. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know why the hell I'm going off on that. Maybe someone's kid's a little asshole or something. Or they just have bad manners, or they go against the grain and not in a good way. And it's because they lack structure. I said all of that just to get whatever. It probably makes more sense with analogies sometimes too. Just depends on who I'm talking to. First aid, yeah, somebody wants to heal a situation. Just rip off the Band-Aid and do what you need to do for yourself or your family, for whatever this is. Reliable friends. There are people who will be there for you. I do feel like there is somebody who might end up in the ER. I did say that last night. I haven't publicly posted that video yet, but I will. That was a shitty reading. I'm just saying, not a shitty reading. The energy just was like, ugh, I didn't like it. But anyways, whoever ends up in the hospital, I do feel like they will recover in that energy or within whatever this is. There's some type of mental health issue here as well. It could be, I don't know who the fuck it's for, like who has this issue, but that, especially when I'm saying like lead by example, there could be a parent who does have mental health issues, and if they're not taking care of themselves, then they're obviously not going to be able to take care of their child or children or whatever, because they're not thinking clearly. Because usually people with like certain mental health issues, they're more self-focused and not always in a good way. You know what I mean? It's just my fucking arm, and not in a good way. Like I'm sad, so I'm just gonna hide away and ignore my child or children, or I have anger issues, I'm gonna flip out for no reason. And so it's almost like someone's kid must be walking on eggshells or something. There's lead by example. Take care of you so that you can take care of your kids or kid or whatever. That's what's here right now. Yeah. It's like being there for someone. Someone's child or children or friend or family member, I don't know who this is. Someone feels like you're not there for them. That you would not support them, you would not help them, that they couldn't call you in a time of need, that you don't care. Someone feels that way about you or whoever. Like when I need help, I definitely won't fucking call you. Like that's what that feels like. And it doesn't feel like it's a level of fear, like, oh, so-and-so's gonna get mad at me so I can't call them for help. It's, I just feel like you won't care. That's how someone feels. What the fuck? Oh, that's a motorcycle outside. I was like, what the hell is that noise? Because we don't have any motorcycles. Be nice. I want to get my motorcycle license someday. I want to take the weekend course when I have time and money. Anyways, fears and anxieties. Yeah, someone's definitely dealing with shit like that. Like they could have a depression, anxiety disorders. There could be a level of paranoia here. Someone has something going on, whatever it is. Because I did hear schizophrenia too. So that could run in someone's family. Because there's like mild to major cases of that. Not necessarily. But it's like, okay, whoever this is, they definitely deal with depression. They could be bipolar. Feels like a man or a guy or a kid, or it's a boy or something, a man. It's a man. Could be multiple actually. But anyways, forgetfulness for one. But this person could be bipolar. There's a mood disorder here. And this person did have either a psychotic break or a mental breakdown at one point. It could have sent him to the hospital, not necessarily, because this doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just breaking down and crying. This would be more alarming. Something to do with ears. Their ears. Someone might have big ears, because I don't know, I'm seeing that, but like bigger ears, they stand out more. But ears, hearing, because that has to do with hearing. Someone hearing voices, or Because, okay, I want to explain a difference here. Because this is a spiritual channel. And I always say shit like, oh, I just heard when Spirit talks to me. It's different. I don't know how to explain it like 1,000% because I'm not a psychiatrist and all that. I don't know the ins and outs of these disorders and shit. This is the best way to explain it, I guess. So when like spiritually speaking, when Spirit talks to me, when I say I hear so and so or I just heard this, it's in my mind. It's a thought. That's how it comes out. I mean, yeah, there are times that I do have clairaudience and I will hear like a bell ring or hey, and it's different because people with these disorders who literally hear things, it's not just one little noise. It's not just hi or your name or whatever. It's usually like there's another fucking person talking to them. Like you literally hear go do this or I don't fucking know, like whatever the hell they say in your head because it's different for every person. It's something like that. So there's a difference. Maybe someone was looking at you as though you had some type of mental disorder because of your spiritual gifts and stuff, but there is a difference. Because I don't know, because I heard that before. I said that in the very beginning. You're crazy. Someone thought you were crazy, maybe because of your gifts, because of what was going on, but you're not. There's a major difference. And like for me personally, a personal experience, when they took me to basically the psych ward to get evaluated because of everything that was going on, because I was in some paranoid energy and I don't know who the fuck during that whole situation. That was completely fucked up, and there was more to it than just spirit bombarding me and stuff. There was a substance involved in that. I fucking know it because it's not a routine substance that they test for. Somebody gave me something. I just fucking know it. I don't care what anyone says. I still believe it to this day because I'm not going there. But anyways, the whole hearing, like, because I was seeing something play out in front of me, but I knew it wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. It felt so real. Like when you're having a dream and you're like, damn, that dream felt so fucking real. It's like I was there. That was the visions I was having. And I really feel like it had something to do with the hallucinogenic. I really do. That I did not take by my own accord. It was, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but I'm telling you. Either that or there was, if it wasn't given to me, then I was tapped into someone who does hallucinate, who is doing psychedelics. I never fucking thought of it that way. But anyways, just picture this. So I see like little movies in my mind, clairvoyance and stuff. So I can do remote viewing and all of that. So if I'm tapped into someone's mind, what they're thinking and stuff, like I'm connected to that person, whatever they're thinking about will pop in my head, especially if it's concerning or if I need to know or whatever. And if someone's mind is distorted like that because of a substance or just because they have a mental disorder or both or something, it's going to be a little more intense because I've acted out PTSD before where I literally felt like someone was shooting up my fucking house because I was terrified of it. And I was being so strategic with like, okay, mapping out my house. I'm like, all right, which actually makes me think of my kid's father's grandfather, because towards the end, it was drug induced too, as Slim Jims. They're sleeping pills basically because he was having trouble sleeping after his wife passed away and he had kidney issues and stuff. Oh my God, I can't even believe that was him, wasn't it? Probably was. The breathing issues, sometimes the spirit that comes through is his grandmother because she died of emphysema. And I don't like it when she comes through. They're usually together and Walter talks to me more or will deliver messages more when it pertains to them two because I can't fucking breathe when she comes through. She tries to make it so it's not so rough, but you can only go so, I don't know, you can only do so much. So anyways, where was he going? Oh, the PTSD thing. Yeah, because I was like, I put weapons everywhere, all around the fucking house. I'm like, I can use this as a weapon, that. Like, I was thinking very, like, I was in the fucking military and, like, I was going to be under attack and I got to be prepared. Like, I'm always going to have a weapon within arm's reach. Like, oh, my gun's right here, my knife's right here, my whatever. Like, there's always something around because no one's going to sneak up on me. And I don't know fully if that was him that I was tapped into or if it was another person who deals with that who has been in the service. Because I feel like there was two different energies. There was one, okay, this one was Walter. Because at the end, he did deal with PTSD. He almost fucking shot my kid's father because he... Is it an insurgent? Is that when there's a problem or something? But I don't know. Anyways, he was in another place, basically, mentally. And when I tapped into that, I heard gunfire. And I'm like, where are the fucking shots coming from? And I was like, oh, they're around. Like, they're trying to kill me. They're gonna get me. They know where I am. Because I was freaked out. It wasn't just that they're gonna kill me. It was, they know where I am. I gotta hide. They know, okay, I was like mapping out the layout of my fucking house. And I hid in my closet. That one was really intense. And I was like, if he really went through that, holy fuck, you know? Because that scared the shit out of me. That wasn't even the hallucinating part that I haven't even gotten to that yet. I mean, that's a hallucination within PTSD, but what I was talking about when I was tapping into someone who was doing a hallucinogenic, I was going to explain. But the other person that I tapped into who does have PTSD, it's not as severe because there's varying degrees. And this person's alive. This person's not dead. They haven't passed. Younger to middle age-ish, like I'm going to say 30 to 45, like that age range, somewhere in there. That's how old this person would be-ish. Closer to 40, 45, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So this person, they have a level of paranoia, but it's not over the top like what I just explained. Because I felt a sense of preparedness. Like I need to be prepared. So it wasn't like I was freaking out going on, like how my family's gonna die and like all this crap. It wasn't that. That's not how I felt with this person. It was, I literally like suited up. I put on my army belt and everything, but and I was putting like I knew where everything was, and I was like, I can turn off all the lights in this house. I know every creak, every crack. Someone comes in this house, I'll know. I don't know. This person is not a light sleeper because of this, and they do worry about having to protect themselves and their family. That this person does worry about that. Like, what if I'm not there? What if? You can't worry about the what ifs, and you know, therapy, and there are medications that can help with stuff like that. So if that sounds familiar to you, or it's like a loved one of yours or something, make sure they get the help they need, because someone's suffering in silence, and that will drive you insane over time, and it can get worse. So it's like, nip that shit in the ass now. It's kind of what that feels like, because like I said, that person wasn't like or anything. No one would even know that who I'm talking about right now, no one would even know that those thoughts are in that person's head, that's how they act. Like, I always have a weapon within arm's reach, or you know what I mean, like they're always prepared. You would never know what they're thinking about, basically. And they're not thinking about harming anyone. It's more of a protective type thing, because this person could have survivor's guilt, because this person was in the service. They could have survivor's guilt, so it's almost like, I never want to let that happen again. You know, it's going to be me this time. So if anything bad happens, I will do everything possible to protect said people, person, whatever. And, you know, because no one's going to get hurt on my watch. Like, that's what that feels like with that person. Okay. Because this is during that crazy energy time when, like I said, I got sent to the psych ward and stuff for evaluation. And I'm really glad that happened, because I knew I wasn't crazy, for one. And I was like so frustrated that you know, the police and everyone, what they weren't listening to me. And I was like, I'm not fucking nuts. Like, you just don't understand. And it's true, they just didn't understand. But I heard in my head, like, my Mimi, it was her voice, and she goes, just shut up and go. And that's kind of how my Mimi would talk. I'm just saying. She's very like, all right, just do it. She didn't cuss and stuff. I mean, maybe she did, but she was very blunt, and she'd tell you how it is, whatever's on her damn mind, you know. But anyway, she told me to shut up and go, and so I did. I just shut up, and I'm like, okay, and I went. But I'm glad I did, because I had no alcohol in my system, because they drug test you and do all that when you go in, so I had proof of that. No drugs in my system, no alcohol in my system, because I hadn't even had a sip of beer, nothing. And I don't know, I passed all the evals, basically, whatever they had me do. And when I finally talked to the psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever the fuck they're called, psychiatrist, when I finally talked to her, I knew the difference between, like, real life and fiction. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, I guess that's the deciding factor between someone who's, like, schizophrenic and someone who isn't, basically, who's just spiritual or otherwise or whatever, is you're not disassociated from reality. So you still know, you know what's real and what's not. Because if you're schizophrenic or have a disorder like that, you have no clue. You literally feel like it's real. I've watched stuff on schizophrenia before, and having someone who's dealt with that explain it, and you cannot tell what's real and what's not in a state of mind like that. PTSD does the same thing. So I mean, hell, there's been soldiers and stuff who've come back, you know, served their country, wherever they lived, whatever country that is, and because they didn't get the help that they needed, and they were dealing with, like, high levels of PTSD, they killed someone, but it was accidental, because they couldn't tell, they didn't know that that was their mom or their child or whoever. They saw something else, and they couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't. Those are true mental disorders that need looking into. I don't know. I really want to, there's something serious coming with something like that, and there could be some type of an accident that occurs with somebody who has PTSD or some type of, you know, mental thing going on. But anyways, I got cleared because I knew the difference between, you know, what's real and what isn't, you know what I mean? And I explained it, you know, the questions she asked, I answered them properly, because it just, I don't know how the hell they figure it out, like how they would know, because you would think that someone who's quote unquote crazy would explain it the same way, but they actually don't. They speak, they, how do I want to say it? The way they explain things is very different, apparently. I don't know. So anyways, there's a difference there, but during that crazy energy and stuff during that time, what had happened, the reason why the third 911 call comes in threes, because I was so scared, I called 911. That's when I was hiding in the closet and stuff. If I was either slipped hallucinogenic, we'll just leave it at that, or if I was tapped into someone who does that shit, who has crazy thoughts, dark thoughts, because these were dark thoughts. These were, I'm gonna kill my whole family thoughts. And I was like, holy crap. Like, I literally, I'm not naming names of who I saw and all that crap, but it's already on here somewhere, or actually it might not be now, because I just was like, this was too intense, and I think I set it to private, because I just didn't, I don't know that I took it down. But anyways, during that time, I was like, I literally, because I remember, it was right after I got out of the hospital, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I don't know, there was banging down in the kitchen, and that's what set me off, which is what sets people off with PTSD too, just FYI. It could be a simple noise. Fireworks. Whoever deals with that PTSD was around an explosion a time or two, or involved in something like that. Boom. Because that would set someone off. A noise is going to set someone off. And I feel like it really hasn't set this person off before, or it was minor when it did. Anyway. Just be aware. Apparently. It's in someone's family. But anyways, what I saw was this is how I knew it just wasn't like happening, but it was still terrifying because at first it felt so real, and then I was like kind of like checking myself, and I'm like, well, yeah, this doesn't make sense. Like, okay, like that wasn't fucking real. And that's how someone would act, because I literally act like certain people when they're in my energies. But I saw somebody going around. That's how you know it wasn't really happening, because I'm standing in my closet and I literally saw like a movie screen right in front of me, and I was like, why is this being projected in front of me? Because I'd never seen it like that before. I've never seen a vision like that. Usually it's in my mind, like a dream, you know. So I'm just like, oh my god! And I saw someone, because I heard three gunshots in the kitchen, and because at first I was like, three? There's only three people. Like, did this person kill the two and then themselves? I was like, or is there more people in the house? And I'm listening. Like, this does sound crazy the way I'm saying it, but that's how it felt. And someone's dealt with this. I swear to God. But anyways, I was like, and then I heard 12 gunshots in the living room. And I was like, how many fucking people are here? Because I was like, I don't remember there being that many people. Because logically, I'm going, there's not that many people in this fucking house. But I heard all of that. And then I saw the man climb up the stairs, and he said my daughter's name. And I was like, how the hell did... I was like, what? She's not even up here. Because I remember thinking that, like, she's not even up here. Why is he climbing the stairs looking for my daughter? Like, you know. But it was creepy, and then I was freaking out on 911 call going, oh my god, he's going to get my daughter, because that's just what it felt like. It was so... I'm sorry, but people who deal with that, I really feel for them. Like, really, really. That is terrifying. It will scare the fucking shit right out of someone. And the people around them. But anyways, then all of a sudden, I felt fire under my feet. And I saw in my mind, I saw somebody putting an accelerant downstairs and setting the house on fire. And then I felt the heat and I saw the smoke. And I was like, I literally feel the heat. And that, like, having all your senses kick in like that can make something seem way more real than it really is. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's spiritually speaking, being a sensitive like I am, or someone who's dealing with a disorder like that, they don't know. That's why they don't know that it's not real, because they have no comparison to reality when they're in that state of mind. I did, because I was still thinking, like, questioning shit in my head, even though I was going freaking out, because I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was really fucking weird. But that's... I've never had a vision like that again. Never had a vision like that. The other weird thing with that is the 12 shots I heard in the living room. We used to have 12 rats in cages, and that's how they all died, was gunshots. Not by me. But that's just really weird that was one of the visions that I had. I heard 12 hood rats, 12 rats get shot in my living room. That's where they used to be, and that's how they died. And I was like, what the F? But somebody has some pretty fucked up thoughts. They really do. I feel like they could be... Oh, man. This feels like if somebody... I don't know if this person's medicated. They could be medicated, not medicated, not medicated, so that can really fuck with shit in your head, like chemicals. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it's either when somebody's off their medication or there's multiple medications that aren't working together. Do you know what I mean? So, like, say you're on an antidepressant, antipsychotic, whatever your medication is, if you have that cluster B type stuff going on, and no judgment. Like, you're taking whatever those medications are for you, even if it's just like Prozac, you know. Plus you have whatever other medications you need because of any other ailments you have, health conditions and whatever. There are medications, some medications have an adverse effect where you know, you think it's working, but it can cause a lot more problems because they work against each other, not with each other. There's some type of chemical reaction, or I don't know, someone's medications aren't working well together with them, even if there's been no warnings posted, because you know how doctors can look at their screen and be like, well, this medication can't be taken with this one, kind of thing. There might not be a warning like that with these medications, because maybe, you know, two of the medications you take, they don't clash with each other, but you add in the third one and now it does. Do you know what I mean? There's something like that going on with someone, and it could allow for a mental breakdown of a fucking psychotic break or something. I don't know. Someone's feeling very powerless, especially if they're in a weak spot or they're under a high level of stress. I almost feel like there could be a psychotic break coming up for someone. Talk to your doctor if that's making sense, or if you know someone like that. I don't know, there's someone with PTSD and stuff that really needs help, and then there's someone who has some type of something going on within them, and they need help as well. But it almost feels like whoever's dealing with the PTSD, there's people around them that they can talk to if they choose to. Like, I don't know, there's that person needs support whether they ask for it or not. So if you feel like, oh shit, that could be so and so, you don't have to be like, oh, I watched a tarot reading and I'm really worried about you now. You can just be like, you know, hey, what's going on? I want to, you know, see what's up with you. You know, how's the family? How's whatever? You know what I mean? Just check in and try to have a conversation with them. Talk about day-to-day stuff. If you want, you can talk about war stories, especially if that's part of that. Or I would stay away from the traumatic aspect of something, especially if something traumatic obviously happened to that person in order for this to be going on for them. I wouldn't really talk about that. I would talk about more happy things, and maybe talk about yourself too, like some of the concerns that you have, because a lot of times when we go, it's like if you want information from another person because you want to know if they're truly okay, they'll feel more comfortable and talk to you if you tell them something personal about yourself. Like I've been feeling kind of low lately, this shit's going on. And it's not just like generalized speak, it's you're actually confiding in this person, because then they'll be more apt to confide in you, and it might not happen in one phone conversation, but over time, because I feel like whoever this is to someone, you don't speak to this person in this way. Like, you don't get vulnerable with them, but someone needs that. That's weird, because actually one of the last readings I did, I felt like I was on the phone, and I was like, what do I say? I don't even know what to say. You'll know when you get the call. Someone's gonna get a phone call, and they're not gonna like that phone call. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty serious for someone, so that's why it's coming out, because I thought I was going to read about happy, joy shit. This is not happy, joy. But I do feel like there is recovery in here. This is long overdue. It's long overdue. Some type of coming together in a different, more loving kind of way. And I'm not saying like being all like, oh, I love you so much, or because this makes me feel like men for some reason. Could be women too, but guys don't sit there and be like, they don't just dive deep into their feels and talk, Some do, but most of the time it's surface level shit, because it's like, how's your day? What's going on at work? Or, my idiot fucking friend did this, or the whatever broke, and that type of conversation. But there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had between potentially brothers, but just between two people. You're protected is what I want to say. And I got your 6. I love you guys. Peace.